his staff in the office of the late representative of Grant Jida County, District 1, Era Madison Guyon. As a matter of fact, I mean, the death of Miss Representative Guyon, I mean, a shock, especially me, because I had interaction with the late representative. Very calm, very eloquent. I mean, I've had the opportunity to interview a lot of people, since my career as a journalist. But I mean, Representative Guyon had this sense of humor, but also has a way of getting the crux of the message across in a way that you know you can easily understand. So I mean, I just want to say on behalf my family, extend sympathy, condolences to the family and the people of Grant Jida County, and my good friend Justice Clark, who is here. Mr. Clark, again, good morning, and very sorry for the death of your boss.
Good morning, Vafle, and I really appreciate.
Great. Tell us, I mean, Representative Guyon better than this. Is why choosing you to come on the show to look back at his life was the most appropriate thing to do. But give us a brief history about this lawmaker, the late Representative Era Madison Guyon.
Era Madison Guyon was born in Grand Jida County onto the union of his late mother, Anning City, and his father, David Nembole Guyon. Born Emmanuel Roland Nyokpao Madison Guyon. He was a scholar. He graduated from the Bishop Jule High School in Zweju in 1984. He matriculated to Monrovia, where he attended the University of Liberia, and graduated with a degree in business and public administration in the 90s. And he developed interest in the world of academia. He became classroom teacher. Eventually, he became the first Liberian principal for the Salvation Army School around 2nd Street or so. I mean, somewhere in Senka over there. That was also in the 90s. He taught Lane Miller and other big schools, B.W. Harris. I mean, his record is there. I mean, he was someone who had interest in impacting knowledge into other people. And today, colleagues like Romeo Toba of Ome Radio, eventually ECOWAS Radio, Clarence Massacre, the representative
of Lofa
County, they all were students of Honorable Guyon. And peace be unto his.
But he was an intellectual,
of course.
And he turned out to be a politician.
Yeah, peace be to his ashes. When Honorable Guyon fled to exile in Ghana, he fast became popular among the refugees in Ghana. I mean, all refugees, not only Granjidans. I mean, refugees from all the counties in Liberia. So he was elected at the Budubura refugee camp as head of heads. That is, each county had its own head, like Grand Jide had his head, Lofa head, Magibi head, and you name it. But then he was elected by all of the counties as head of heads. Okay. That is, he was the general chairperson or general president, so to speak, of all of the Liberian refugees. And he championed the cause of all Liberians in exile in Ghana, some of whom today are in the United States, are in Europe, are in Australia, and other parts of the world. He denied himself and his family from going to or from being part of the evacuation by the United Nations at the time because of his advocacy role. If you look back at the infamous Kodiabe story, where the Ghanaian authorities were hatched on Liberians, especially Liberian women, and took them to the Evil Forest. He stood in the gap, as leader of the refugees, and he was hunted by the authorities at the time. And because the people around him needed to preserve him, he was smuggled out of Ghana. You will not believe that he dressed like a woman to flee Ghana, because he needed to live for the next day. That we see total redemption in Liberia. So Honorable Guyon was an advocate, and I think his political ambition grew from Ghana, where he was leader who was favored by the people, who was hailed by the people because he was selfless. So therefrom, I personally believe his political ambition grew, and that when he came back to Liberia in 2011, he was petitioned in Grand Jide County to run. He was not quite familiar at the time with the people of Grand Jide, like that in post-war Liberia. So he was not elected. In 2017, again, he tried, at which time the story. And we all tried at the time, but Honorable Guyon did not also get the nod, in 2017. Yet he remained consistent. And that was the reason for which some of us who have political ambitions, we subtoed ourselves to him, because we saw wisdom in him. We saw it that he was the rightful person at the rightful time. So we decided to give him that support, and the popularity with Honorable Guyon eventually became known again in Liberia. Same popularity in Ghana. Same popularity
because he became very vocal on some national issues,
exactly.
Not just in Grand Jide,
exactly,
but national issues, discussing issues,
exactly.
At the legislature. So it means that he took his advocacy from his foundation, from refugee camp up to national level.
Exactly.
Now, what happened? Was he sick?
Well, let me. I'm not going to tell anybody have my sympathy, because I believe that the whole nation has been struck by the unfortunate passing of the Right Honorable Era Madison Guyon. So the best way I can put it is I appreciate our shared sympathy, and I want to appreciate those who share this sympathy with us. I want to appreciate all those who felt part, who were one way or the other impacted by Honorable Guyon, that today we have what it is, unfortunately. Now, Honorable Guyon, it's hard to say, right? Honorable Guyon was elected on November 16, 2021, in a by-election.
Yep.
After
Senator Zoe Manuel
Mr. Peno, however, won as senator. And he got elected 2021, and before being elected, there were a lot of forces in Grand Jide County who fought against him, and he was elected by the popular will of the people. Now, when he was elected, this very brother whose name you just called, he became Honorable Guyon became a target to this brother.
No, it's not time justice for us to go back to. Obviously, in a political.
I needed to make it clear. Okay,
yeah, we'll go there. I was also going to go to the unfortunate situation that followed after the death of Honorable Guyon, which is the violence that broke out that led to the vandalization of Senator Peno's home. So, what happened? Why the violence?
Now, let me say this, right? As I said, there are a lot of forces who have been attacking Honorable Guyon, including issuing threats on his life. And those are people who were being sponsored financially, logistically by Mr. Peno. And they publicly went on radio.
I don't place a call, but I don't want.
No. And I'm not even going to allow you to do that once you send for me. He can find time to come and say stuff. He has never said.
But there's no public evidence to show that he sponsors.
No.
But let's go to the fact that I understand that the family has also issued a press statement on something in that regard.
Well, not yet, but the view of the family is that a certain people, including Mr. Peno, have been designated not to go anywhere near any ceremony that has to do with Honorable Guyon's, funeral rites or activities. Post-death activities. So they are aware. In fact, we're going to do a formal communication to the House, to delineate some of these things and to sort of list those people who have been designated by the family not to go anywhere around the activities.
So the family holds this belief that the death of Representative Guyon was is attributed to some people.
Mr. Peno particularly.
I mean, we don't.
You don't want to say that as a journalist.
No, you shouldn't say that, in fact, because you don't have the evidence.
No, listen.
So I mean, what are the arrangements towards the burial?
Okay, if you want us to go there, maybe we can keep that for another day. But the arrangements, are that the body has been flown from Ghana back to Liberia.
Okay.
Which was on the 16th of December. I think it was on Sunday, by 5 p.m. via the Rabas International Airport. And currently, the body is at the Simosis Funeral Parlor on the Japanese Highway. And on the 5th of February 2024, the body will lie in state at Capitol Building. Thanks to the Speaker, Beaufort Chambers, the Honorable Beaufort Chambers, and the leadership of the House, who have been working tirelessly with the family to make sure that everything goes as normally as possible in the unfortunate case of our hero who has passed. The Honorable Speaker was at the airport at a very late hour, and that was very plausible on his part, though it was not for a joyous moment, but again, the fact that he went there with his entourage to receive their brother, their colleague, the family appreciates that so highly, and we look forward to. It's not a surprise. We know that they're going to give us the fullest of cooperation until our father, the Right Honorable Era Madison Guyon, peace be unto his ashes, be finally laid to rest. So to go on with the itinerary,
yep.
On the as I said, the body will lie in state on the 5th of February 2024. Equally on the same day, on the night of February 5, there will be one night of wakekeeping at the residence of our fallen hero at Eugene Lane in Duazon, Lower Maigibi County. On the 6th of February 2024, there will be a departure to Zouadjou, Grand Jida County, where other rites will be observed. February 8 and 9, 2024, there will be 2 nights of wakekeeping in Zouadjou. February 10, 2024, there will be funeral service in Zouadjou at a church that will be designated by the family. And that will be followed by interment. That is our hero, the Right Representative, Era Madison Guyon.
Well, Justice, I understand the emotional part of it, and I mean it's just sad because Honorable Guyon, we all had some one way or the other share of the experience of him. I remember in the office when he won, he had his very major press conferences. He invited me, to cover his. His vision for the district, and that just to talk about his relationship with the media. That particular press conference was relayed on all of the community radio stations in Zouadjou. He had this commanding voice. He was also a peaceful man. So if there is this, sour relationship between the family and whether it's Senator Peno and other authorities in the county, there should be a need, and I think the government should look into this. The legislature, who becomes the speaker of the 55th legislature should make this a priority to settle this because I think the peace in Grand Jida County is fragile. Whenever there is this issue of death, there is violence that follow. I mean, it happened with
Alfred Donald.
The late NEC staff.
No, we can say late because he's missing, and this is unfortunate. We don't know if he's late. We don't know if he's somewhere. He's being kept, but he's missing. Nobody. And these are unfortunate issues.
But the problem I have is, just as you are a stakeholder in Grand Jida County, as much as you are the liaison between the family of the late Representative Guyon and the government, the legislature, as much as you have this, emotional family tie with the family of your boss, you have a very important role to play in cementing future relationship between the county authorities. I understand you don't only have problem with Senator Peno, you also have problem with the superintendent. So I mean, I'm saying that you have a role to play in ensuring that there is peace and stability, because who knows?
But not without justice.
Well, there must be an investigation. There must be an investigation into the accusation of the family.
Let me be clear with this, Vafle. In the first place, before I forget, I have communicated with the National Elections Commission's chairperson through a communication dated December 12th. I sort of asked the NEC chairperson, if you want to read it, I mean, you can go ahead.
Well, it says December 12th, 2013, Madam Devietta Brown Lasana, chairperson, National Elections Commission, 9th Street, Syncope, Monrovia, Republic of Liberia, letter of inquiry. Dear Madam Chairperson, I convey my sincere compliments and wish to make an inquiry as the Chief of Office staff to the following representative, the Right Honorable Era Madison Guyon, Senior of District Number 1, Grand Jida County. According to the next 2023 representative election results in District Number 1, Grand Jida County, Honorable Guyon won the full term of office with the total of 8,651 votes, constituting 61.939% as an incumbent. At the same time, I kindly seek clarification from your office as to why your institution did not print the next certificate for Honorable Guyon, as well as declined to reflect his name on record on the program order as the victor of the election in District Number 1, Grand Jida County, during the December 8, 2023 certification ceremony for election winners at the Ministerial Complex in Congo Town, Monrovia. I look forward, Madam Chairperson, to hearing from you soon. Kind regards, Justice Rana Clark, Chief of Office Staff, Office of Honorable Era Madison Guyon Senior. Have you gotten? So in essence, you're finding out why his name was not printed on the program and why his certification was not made available?
Definitely.
Who would have received it?
Well, the question of who would have received it, even if NEC will insist that certificates are received by winners in person, even if that is their rule, granted, but the record must reflect that he won the election.
Have you gotten words from the NEC chairperson?
Not exactly.
Since
the 12th.
The 12th.
So
what extra effort have you made?
Well, I'm gonna send my administrative assistant today, my colleague in the office, to do a follow up. As you can see here, it was received by a NEC staffer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is a return. So we're gonna do a follow up, even if NEC has its own rules that they cannot present the certificate to the family. Well, I understand, but the record reflects, as per the October 10 election, that the Right Honorable Guyon was re-elected.
Did you get indication that the certificate was not printed at all?
Yes.
Because sometimes it can be printed but withheld.
I was told by one Mr. Wise, he's the director for the political section of the House, when I call him, because I went to Ministerial Complex to receive the certificate, I mean, I don't understand next rules as so. I don't know if there has been
But
a precedent.
there will be
Hold on. I don't know whether
potential
there have been.
by-election.
Hold on. I don't know whether there have been a precedent to say, okay, yeah, once a lawmaker passes, a certificate cannot be. I don't know. But the brother told me that we didn't print it on the phone. We didn't print the certificate because he's dead. Who informed you he's dead? Have you got official notification from the house? I need to understand that part. Because if you've got official notification, and NEC has until 30 days to inform, the legislature, the house has until 30 days, or within 30 days, so to say, to inform NEC. So has the house informed NEC now? But our dismay is that on the program order, you wouldn't believe Honorable Goyon was never even mentioned. Thanks to the Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Fonati Kofa, he was the only person who recognized the fact that a lawmaker has passed. And he called for a moment of silence. At least that gesture, that little gesture by the Deputy Speaker brought little relief or eased the pain that the family was enduring.
Or indicate the name of the lawmaker on the program sheet and also put a star there that he's there.
Of course. You could even put deceased.
Yeah.
That will be understood. But to brush him off at all as though he did not win the election is something that still becomes, that still is a mind-boggling thing. So, this is respectfully done. And the family is hopeful that NEC can tell us exactly whether there has been a precedent or what they got to explain their rules, or we have to clearly know why they did not mention him on the program sheet or on the program order, why he did not reflect in the entire certification program, why a certificate or his certificate was not printed. At least the family will be happy to keep that as a souvenir. That is very important to the family. But that was not done. On what basis? Or did you just see it in the press and say, oh, the man is dead? But you got to do your official function as NEC. You don't have to be carried away by unofficial stuff. So we demand clarification from NEC, and we are doing this very, very respectfully. So that I just needed to say that.
Okay. Well, Justice, we almost out of time. Any other further information from the family, from the office regarding, future endeavors in remembrance of the late Goyon?
Well, as family, we're gonna. Apart from the itinerary I just read to you, as family, we're gonna sort of brainstorm on what we can do in terms of memorial, in terms of eternal memorial.
Okay,
that is
forever.
We're going to brainstorm on
because
that.
He was a father figure of the family.
Of course. He was literally the patriarch, at least for the family in Liberia. But he has his older relatives, thanks to Uncle Albert Doru, Uncle Chris Goyon, Auntie Margaret Goyon Thor, Auntie Beatrice Goyon, Cynthia Goyon, and his son Gabriel Papi Johnson. His son, who's also in the States, Errol Goyon Jr., also called Michael, and his other brothers, Neo, Stanley, and the rest of them, and the rest of the family. The family is very composed. And we're going to brainstorm on what we can do eternally to remember our father.
Okay.
Now, what I needed to say.
Yeah.
About
I want to also take few calls, probably from Grand Juda County.
No problem.
Yeah, but go ahead as you talk about eternal memorializing.
Yeah. So I also want to thank the people of Grand Juda.
So call us on 080-514-096 or 0770581886. We can squeeze in at least 5 calls, especially from Grand Juda County.
So I want to thank the people of Grand Juda. As you rightfully said, and you were correct, Honorable Goyon was a peaceful man.
Yeah. Let's hear from this person quickly, Justice. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
This is calling from Single. Even though I'm not from Nigeria, but from the southeast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just hear from the gentleman that the Ghanaian people are running after this man, after the late representative. Why, when you are sick, why you have to care in Ghana? Only thing there was a foul play there.
Okay, thank you for your question. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, you are busy.
Yes.
Yeah. I chose Joshua Dina calling from Swahili.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yes, I want to thank Dr. Clark. Thank you in studio there. You can see before people accuse anybody in the county, I think your statement and thing can relate to that. You will not be on air when election is going. You threaten other people's life, and then when the election finishes, when something happens, they'll say you're not part of it or not. So we asking the government, our brother, mostly our brother in jail, let them free our brother before the body arrives in Grand Nigeria, before it becomes very hard for the security to handle issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's hear from this person quickly. Good morning. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah?
This is Ed Lauren Bobo, calling from local country.
Yeah, Lawrence, quickly. Go ahead.
What I was saying, I'll go direct to my friend in studio. And also, the Gandhi did hard thing that God will give, that God will take. And they take hard, they reconcile, they happy for the honorable, very safe burial, it'll be very good. On behalf of Honorable Judy Fatima, we are displayed number 2 of the summer. Let me say congratulations to the family of Gandhi. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a call and go back to Mr. Clark. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Go ahead.
This is Joseph O. Green calling from Grand Nigeria.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Green.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. We're listening.
Okay, I want to appreciate the studio guest, my friend, Justin Ronald Clark.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, I want to say thanks to him for his deliberation this morning. And also, I have something that he should address. According to rumors in the county, that Justin Ronald resigned during the heat of the honorable sickness. When the honorable was sick, when you were about to leave for treatment, we heard information that he resigned. So I want you to address this.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so you can just address that. Then you wrap up. Just.
Okay, in the first place, let me start from the last question as to resign. I can tell you for sure that I'm the chief of office staff to the honorable representative. If I resign, then who's the chief of staff? So I'm not going to do it on that. I'm the chief of staff. I am duly performing, as the chief of staff, and the family understands that. I don't want to say more than that.
Okay.
Why was Honorable Goyon taken to Ghana? That was the discretion of the family, and I also do not want to go in depth with that.
Okay.
But Honorable Goyon did not do any bad thing in Ghana, when he was there. So the family was discreet as to why he should be taken to Ghana. It's unfortunate that the situation is what it is, but again, this is something that I want to reserve further comment on.
Okay.
Now, with the situation in Grand Nigeria in recent time, I think I'll just wrap it up now.
Yeah.
In recent time, it's unfortunate that somebody or a small group of people will hit at a particular person all the time, including someone saying, "Yeah, don't vote for that man sick. Government get money to call for by-election. When a man win, he will die, and there'll be by-election." All those statements. So there is something they call that, like the American people have the Corruption Perception Index, the CPR. It is the same way too. I would like to coin what we have here politically as Public Perception Index, PPI. So the public action on Mr. Penu's property, or alleged action on Mr. Penu's property, probably it was based on how they perceive him in recent months leading up to the political processes, the comments he had been making against Mr. Goyon, how Mr. Goyon will never ever be represented. He will make sure that the person he was putting against Mr. Goyon won the election. Now it happened. My disappointment in Mr. Penu was that even if, as a Grand Judean, as quote unquote, as the leader, if you had issues, you must wait until the family's moment of celebrating their brother's life or mourning their brother should be over with. Now you can press your bogus lawsuits. But Mr. Goyon was a peaceful man, and I want to appreciate all those people who stood up tall in Grand Judean in recent days. The likes of Anthony Vlai, the female generals, and all those people, making sure that the Grand Judeans on whose order, who went to jail on Mr. Penu's order, that they be free. And we are getting good information that a bulk of them will be set free because the allegations are bogus, and that there was no search and seizure warrant leading to the search of their home to be looking for fare, to be looking for rubber plate from Mr. Penu's house, to be looking for spoons, to be looking for AC from Mr. Penu's place. And the question is, why is it that Mr. Penu's property that was burned allegedly, why is it that Mr. Penu sent one of his relatives on, the day before to clear all materials from his house? What did he hear? What did he do? Why did Mr. Penu enter Capitol building, jubilating on Monday morning, celebrating, playing loud music? So the public may have had a cause for their action. We don't support violence because Mr. Goyon, the Honorable Goyon, was never ever a violent person. May his soul rest in peace.
Okay, Justice, thank you very much. We'll find a time, to talk more about what's happening in Grand Judean County with this development. My name is Vafle Kamara, and I'd like to say thank you very much for following the Economic Hour. Keep listening to ELBC Radio.